Oh. Hey guys, Wolf War back again. Tried to stream last night, ran into all kinds of issues. Um, and some had actually been issues from the previous couple days that I hadn't noticed. Um, Found something new today. I have actually ordered a new camera, also. Um, Two, as a matter of fact. So they come in. Um, I'll be looking at a little more permanent, stable, and hopefully better quality setup. So, so we'll see. I'm going to not do this every time, at least not as thoroughly as I'm doing right now, but um, all the issues I've been having, I want to make sure the stream's kicking off well, that things can be heard, that I can spin this around and it can be seen without being like 1 frame per minute. The lag has just been crazy. So hopefully with those new cameras and just me learning some things, I'll be able to cut out some of the various issues I've been having. Okay. Ooh, it startled me for a second. I forgot that I put that magnet on there. Awesome. Well, guys, it seems to be working better. So, so what needs to be done here? We need to pop these highlights again. Um, and of course, highlights added everywhere. Um, we even probably could hit a dry brush over these areas again a few places. Um, I just noticed this paint, this gray, actually almost looks like the color of the plastic it paints. It almost looks unpainted. I assure you it is not. I'm not sure which I like better because I noticed a difference on this one. It looks like I painted more of the back of this ridge, which obfuscates the shadows a little bit. Whereas this one, I can see the dark in the shadow better. Yeah, it looks a little bit better, I think. So I might try to come in and it's a lot of crevices to accentuate. But anyway, okay. So one of the decisions I have to make today before I attach all of his extra pieces um, are, for instance, this hand that's going to mount on this arm will be holding this green flame. Let me adjust something real quick. Yeah, so this green flame, I'm trying to figure out if I want to do like an OSL. And if I do, it might be a lot easier to do that. Well, it's going to be a lot easier to do that before I mount it. Um, on the other hand, there's a sword. Now I've tried to add a little bit of non-metallic metal type of paint job to this. I can see now it needs a lot of work on the blending under the camera. Easier to make out. That blend looks a lot better than naked eye than it does in high def on camera up close. Um, yeah, so that could use a lot of work, um, but it's started, and this can be um, done after almost as a final. Try to see here for a moment. This sword actually. Um, this, probably need to sand it. Um, be a good fit at this point. What else? So this one feels like it could probably go ahead and be attached. And I'm a little bit surprised, but it seems to kind of match up. Did a second ago, yeah, pretty seamless there. Which I did already have it mounted and glued. I have broken this thing off so many times that I've just stopped putting it back on and decided to wait until I'm ready to kind of finalize it. Um, hmm. And again, do I want to do OSL? Because if I do, that means this backside of the sword is going to have to be have this greenish tint to it. If I do the color green, which I kind of wanted to, because I was thinking about doing the poison tip green and then having those two greens. Um, having color dappled throughout will help it seem less out of place, right? If I can find a couple other things to make green, maybe even drip some green poison off of this blade. I don't know. Um, so what do I want to do next? Uh, I'm really thinking about foregoing the OSL on this one. Um, or maybe just making it really light. I have to commit to this either way, one way or the other. Well, the fact is if I do it, I need the head to be in place and I need the arm over here to probably be in place. And the head is not finished. We can look at that, see where we are with it. We can see that we've got, are we in focus? Darkened in his eye sockets a little bit. I'm gonna come back and fix that. I hope I haven't. Yeah, the paint's not in there thick or anything. It's kind of hard to see, but I'm going to add some shadow underneath. Just places that would receive shadow. It's really kind of difficult to do, but excuse me. I was trying to dab it in there with a kind of like using a very loose or fluid paint, almost a little washy. Um, Yeah, so I didn't have control of the fine detail. I don't even know if I was using a very fine detailed brush, but I really need to moisturize. Well, these videos look so much better than last night even. I don't, like I say, I don't know what was wrong, but well, it still it doesn't make sense. I don't know. Because this is night and day different. Hmm. Drow eyes. You know, one thing, I'm a little embarrassed by this. Really? Um, I hadn't done research on the colors that I want to do. Like, I know that I'm going to do um, some lighter gray highlights on the cheekbones, nose, forehead, chin, upper ears, and the lips will be closer to a redder hue. I mean, they're not going to be red, like he's wearing lipstick, but give it a human-like appearance. Or possibly like a very, I mean, it's going to be very light pink gray anyway, but maybe closer to a grayish white. I don't know. I'll have to experiment with that. But the eyes, so we do white irises and dark pupils. Again, off camera. So, plus, just the fine detail on this one, we want to go over and make sure that we're first base coat. You need to just slap and paint on, but matter of fact, do I need to varnish this? Because really, the only place I'm gonna be adding paint on this part today is possibly some dry brushing in this. I don't think this has ever been varnished. I'm sure it needs to be. Okay, well, enough talk. I'm going to couple quick pictures online. I'm seeing some red eyes. Actually, this foam. I'm not a loss without my main foam. Oh, I'm sorry. Distracted. There, I got a note from my daughter's teacher, which, of course, that's something that I'm gonna be concerned about. Anyway, yeah, seeing a lot of red eyes. Looks like some that are just kind of grayish. Oh, wow, that's that's dark, but very pretty. Yeah. So anyway, I guess red. I didn't really want to do red for whatever reason. Maybe I'll try to make it more of a violet. Okay. Well, let's get started. I guess we probably should change our palette again. A little bit of water and isopropyl. Hopefully the isopropyl will limit the bacteria. I have a dump receptacle over here. Just dump out in excess. I'm just going to leave the palette itself out without its top. Might be traveling with it later. And want to store some brushes underneath. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me again. And having it clean and dry is always helpful. Okay, this is where I put them. They're always over here. Where in the world are they now? Grr. That's my growl, you guys. And it's ferocious. Um, well, I have misplaced my parchment paper that I use, which I guess I have a big roll of it over here, so I can use that. But I had little sheets that were cut to size and somewhat convenient. But but these will do really. And, I don't really need to do this, but I can. And, yeah. Wow, that is a dull, really, wow. Okay. Good sprue tool. Wow. Okay, well, I kind of pictured this working better than it is. Uh, Actually, when I'm not on stream, I usually just take the extra minute to look for the one set besides. What I planned on doing when I ran out of those was cutting a bunch of these at once. Okay, well, yeah, thank you for tearing that apart. Hopefully we still got enough here. Okay, cool. Kind of helps to get the air bubbles out if you put paint right on top of an air bubble. Not really getting the benefit of having the wet palette underneath. Okay, so we need to finish this guy up. And I'm really trying to see here, and there might just be some white ink, and well, let's do that first, and then we'll see where we stand. Oh, it has some white ink. Here it is. And a really fine brush. Now, I don't know if I'm going to need thinner. These things are thin already. What am I doing? What am I doing here? Painting. What problem I'm having with it here? It's the receding hairline on this guy. I feel like I still want to leave Okay, now comes the easy part. Give me a break, Willie. I can leave my phone upside down. Sure. Whatever. So, mm, crap. Um, ridiculous. Maybe, come on, a bit darker. Let's grab this one version. Shit. Fucking, pardon my language, sorry. Stupid Vallejo. Vallejo, look, I love your paints, but I'll never buy a kit. That, the kit's gonna have to just be awesome for me to buy it with this crap paint in it. Because just go ahead and tell me you're charging me $70 or whatever for the plastic. I'll hate it and I'll talk crap about it, and I may or may not buy it. But don't charge me $70 and then make me think I'm getting $50 worth of paint. This is shit. I think your paint's good. This shit. This is a kick in the nuts. This, I mean, yeah, I don't like it. I think it's stupid. Yeah, I know you want to get people into your paints. I don't think you're gonna do it though. I think you're gonna end up getting people pissed off, especially if they don't have any experience with how well your dropper bottles work. Why did I use that big brush? Well, I'm not trying to get into the eye with it, for one thing, and don't fire until you can see the whites in their eyes. Now, um, I don't guess my palette cam was really doing anything very useful, was it? Um, I'm just gonna try to add some wee wee highlights here. So we're gonna get up under. Ooh, okay. We've got a little black out there, doesn't it? Getting a little quiet there, aren't I? I don't know if I'm forgetting to talk or if I'm just kind of concentrating. One way or the other, though. I tell you, at certain times, I feel like I'm trying to get in there with such detail that even talking would mess me up. Okay, now what color red? Question. I wonder if mixing a good red with that violet to tone it cooler or bluer or just more in line with colors that are already on there. Right there feels like a very red violet, so it feels very thin. I am kind of on camera here. It's hard enough to do without worrying about camera placement. Mhm. That's not going to work. It's like it's cross-eyed. It's cross-eyed. Oh, come on. Really? Big freaking soap bubble stream that just ran down the. Like, come on, man. Ugh. Like, I might be fighting a bit of an uphill battle trying to get this loose paint to do it. I'm gonna thicken that up just a little bit. A different. Let's see. Some thicker paint. Yeah, it's perfect. More of a transparent red here. This is not a cadmium, but a power red. And I don't know if this ink here is just not very well mixed right now. It kind of came out a little thin looking on the. See, it's much thicker than what fell on the paper there. Not sure if the pigment kind of separated from the medium or a little bit or what. But anyway, let's see if we can get a little bit of a thicker mix of a red purple. Yeah, not only is that thicker and stronger, but yeah, it's just gonna make it much better. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna try this again. And it usually takes a few tries, so um, he's cutting his ass to the right there. Well, let's fix that. I really don't know if I like this eye cutting over to the right thing either. Um, I kind of accidentally hit it too far to the right, and now I just kind of went with it, and we're just seeing how it works. I always go back and repaint the eye and all that. And I'm really just making things bad. Mm, my white's been polluted. A little bit of a red hue for the lips here. I don't know if that looks right. You can glaze over it and make it more subtle. After it dries. Minutes. I'm going to get a way to glaze that redness out a little bit more. Guess we're getting about ready to make another attempt. Guys. Well, that doesn't look terrible. On the camera. Doesn't look great. Dude, I am really getting sick of these phone calls this morning. If it's an emergency, leave a message. Gee whiz. Call someone repeatedly like that. There's still things that people do where they do not want to be interrupted. But I can see my messages and texts. I feel like on this right one, a little bit of touch up I need to do. I'm kind of sick of working with these really runny um, I'm using a white ink and a violet ink on a very loose black paint, which is just it's too runny. Um, and not, I mean, in my opinion, pigment dense enough. Uh, that's starting to get to be the color that I want. If I can just get too dark, that's okay. We can adjust that. Obviously, it's like I need to do some blending with this. Come on, camera. I just cannot figure out how to get it where I want it. Alright, well, you guys can kind of get, you see the heads being just held on there, but it's kind of where it would sit and how it would look. I think I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm happy with these eyes or not. I'm gonna just sit on this for a minute. Um, but the next step would be mounting him. Um, I think I'm gonna finish up the non-metallic metal on this sword post mount, and I think I can go ahead and mount it too, or glue it. And the only other thing is the hand and the spell effects, which I'm gonna wait on. Yeah. Um, Now to get this ready to be mounted, I'm gonna have to resand. Um, Goodness gracious. Come on. Where is this camera at? Oh man, I can't wait for these new cameras to come. my sanding utensils. I don't know if I want to use plastic cement or super glue here because the thing, I mean, I've dropped it so many times. I feel like super glue might be a safer bet. Excuse me. Um, so I'm holding the accelerant and my little tube of glue went. I put it. I have so much stuff in this little work area of mine that if I set something down, I don't immediately go put it back where it's supposed to go. Everything's lost in the shuffle. It doesn't help that I have a bunch of these little things to glue. It makes it so easy to reach for just a brand new one, but it's not always the best, most efficient way to conduct business. I'm going to spend 30 seconds or so looking for it. Make sure that I'm doing my due diligence before I open another one. Okay, well, it's okay to waste my time, I guess, but I'll waste your time. If it's opening a new piece of pack of glue. Oh, here we go. See? Extra few seconds sometimes can make a lot of difference. I'm going to put this up for a minute. Some people say that if you put these in your refrigerator, um, that can help uh, bacteria from forming. It's not really going to help evaporation much. Um, I am actually going to put it in there though, like that for a moment. Okay. Now, sanding stick. I didn't grab one, did I? So, looks like there's some paint or glue or something kind of stuck here. Not really sure. I have a sanding stick, and I want to say this is 220 or 160 and 220 maybe, something like that. Hello, Moto. Okay. We're gonna a little bit off right here. You came off easy. Of course, having two flat surfaces probably help the bond. Really get flat forming. So this is super glue. Today's gel. This might be a good place for gel. For those of you guys who don't know, there is two types of quote unquote super glue, and this is just a good way to kind of show you the difference. But I have super glue gel and super glue. Super glue is liquidy, like liquid, like it flows. The gel, on the other hand, doesn't flow the same way. It flows less and is more um, just thick and viscous. The viscosity is higher of this, and it does tend to stick a little bit better to certain. Well, I'm using that term loosely when I say stick. When I say stick, I mean like I can put it on here in a glob. No, crap. Now that was not cool. Um, anyway, crap. That is not what I wanted to happen. Um, oh, wow. This is not not going smoothly. I don't know how much of the camera even caught, but I got this glob gel out and I globbed it on the. And honestly, it's not. There's not that much to it. I'm gonna give it. As soon as I can get it on there, I'm gonna give it about. Find it flush. Give it about 10 seconds. After about 7 or 8 seconds, um, when I find a little bit of adhesion there, kind of move it around and make sure that you're getting it where you need it. Like it doesn't look right on the front here. While this stuff is not cured, it's still somewhat movable. I would argue that it matters. It needs to look good on the front more than it needs to look good on the back. So I'm gonna have it match up here. That way the underneath and the back are the ones that look off, if anything. One, 1,000, two, 1,000, three, 1,000. Come on. That was really good too, right where it's sticking to my hands now. No, it's just not sticking to anything. Night. I tell you what. Well, you just get where you want, settle down, and then we'll figure out how to get your arm on here. Yes, didn't work too well either. Ugh. Well, that just looks terrible. Maybe I can sand it down in a little bit. Ugh, gross. Grody, grody, grody. Terrible job. Terrible, terrible, horrible. But it's on there. It looks too big to begin with. That is not all my glue down there, if you guys can see that. But I do got some glue I need to clean up, and it's like it's gonna have to be scraped or sanded off. I don't know if I caught it on camera, but when I went to squirt the gel glue that's not as runny, like a big crap load of it came out. What? That's not hard to fix though, so I'm not gonna flip out. Um, yeah, I should probably fix this too before I mount the head, but that needs to cure for a little while before I can sand on it. Um, uh, might end up having to take it off again or whatever, but might be easier to sand now. I need to improve my sprue game. Of course, I can improve painting, but that looks better. Definitely will once I paint it, but probably gonna have to be sanded a little bit further. Well, that looks much, much better. Okay, so we got the sword arm on, and I want to varnish this guy, paint him. What I think, go ahead and put the head on. We're not going to change the eyes. I don't know that we are. Dude, this blue here is giving me a fit today. I'm not really sure what its malfunction is. Okay. That's not right. Look, he's looking down so much. Is there, he's supposed to be looking to one side or something? Well, we have an assembled Drider. Well, not fully assembled. Can you see the eyes? Wait, I mean, it less from here. Oh, great. Got super glue on my hand. I need to get the spell effects in OSL, and then we can just mount his hand. So, probably gonna screw this up, and I guess I'll make a whole other video with this because I guess this is gonna be the only proof I have of a. I don't know. I want credit for having gotten it looking as good as it does. I feel like I'm very there's a very big possibility that by taking a green ink and spraying an OSL effect from this green spell here that's supposed to kind of come from here and be kind of like this. Um, that means that there needs to be this kind of like OSL effect going around back here and then kind of maybe shining against the sword and everything else. Ugh, you know? Yeah, yikes. That's scary stuff. Um, I think I might finish up the non-metallic metal on the blade and the highlights on the chest, on the under piece here. And um, I guess I could attempt the OSL effect on the hand, which is here. Attempt it, see what it looks like, and let that guide me. So let's do that real quick. Let me just see. Um, so this guy was gonna probably get brown bracers. For speed, or for the sake of time, I'm just gonna grab a little paint right here. Probably all up into the ferrule of the brush and everything, but I'm really gonna have to put it out under the palette for this one little piece. And I have a feeling that I might have to redo this little piece anyway because um, who knows how this OSL effect is going to look. So I'm just putting a little brown on there to give me some kind of contrast so I can just kind of see how these things are going to affect each other. And I'm going to do that right now. I'm actually going to get the green ink and just test it. I have everything right here. Okay. Um, a little bit of flow, thinner. Get some of this well packaged green ink. And ink is so much fun in these little containers to use like this because ink is just it's so thick and you don't have to worry about spilling it and getting it in and out of here. It's just so convenient, easy. I imagine that only what I'd say about 75% of the people who buy this kit spill the paint before they're able to finish with it. Um, of course, you can't hear the sarcasm in my voice. Um, I have clean ones, but I'm lazy and a little bit cheap. Well, what we wanted was a really thin, a really, really thin pancake. What we wanted was a really, really thin ink, which is probably still too thick, but we'll see. Okay, where's our little hand at? Where did it go? Okay, so, well, yeah, hitting it on this side really isn't going to affect much of anything, is it? So we'll hold it a little bit of wet. Oops. Yeah, that's not going to work very well. You can tell that's green glow. I mean, I guess if you contrasted it, does that look like a green glow? It does on the white background. I guess I can see the green there. Really can't see it on the brown very well. Guys, I don't know. What do you think? I'd really want to know exactly how it mounted so I could get, I don't know, indecision. It would go around here and then around the back and then around the sword. Plus, I'd have to get on the entirety of the face and head, like around here. Oh, it's so scary. I'd have to repaint all of that if it didn't look right or messed up. Maybe this is a good time to take pictures and ask Reddit for help. Um, hmm, possibly. Clean up my brush real quick. I haven't mentioned it on stream. I've been kind of waiting to see what happens, but I ordered a Iwata HPCS or the Micron, um, and they're expensive. So to save a little bit of money, I ordered one from China on eBay, um, and it was less than what they're going for on Amazon, and really less than some of the ones on eBay. Um, and so you wait 3 weeks and expecting the thing, watching the tracking. Um, and then it says it's delivered, and you're like, well, it's not delivered. And I go on to the USPS website, and it's like, well, sometimes we say they're delivered a day before we actually deliver them. That can happen for people scanning my office, like crap, like excuses about why you could receive a notification that your package was delivered. It wasn't. So it was a Saturday. They're like, wait 24 hours, which basically means if it's on a Saturday, you wait 48 hours. We'll assume that's what that meant. So anyway, after 48 hours, Monday comes around. I still don't get the package. And then they make you go through all this stuff, like look around, check your yard, ask your neighbors. And so I'm getting that kind of feedback from eBay. I'm getting it from the post office. Anyway, whole long ridiculous situation. The package never came to me. Um, messaged the seller back and forth. The seller just kept giving me the same canned response. Like, here's your tracking information, shows delivered things. Filed for a refund on eBay, and they denied it after I provided like all this evidence. I'm like, what in the world? Are they even looking at this stuff? So I filed an appeal, explained my situation, provided the evidence again, and they denied it again. And so now I'm like mad. I've spent hours arguing back and forth with eBay, going up to the post office and talking to them. The USPS post office system is down, so I can't file a claim. I'm in this weird limbo where I'm got $400 tied up into a airbrush that isn't coming, and no one wants to do anything about it. I finally contact PayPal and file a claim. They contact eBay, and then eBay says, "Oh, okay, we'll look at it now." So basically, eBay was ready to just say, "Look, we're not going to give you your stuff or your money, and we're not even going to look at your case well, and there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, take us to court, I guess, is their answer." But because I had purchased it through PayPal, they're forced to look at it again. But yeah, had I not done that, eBay would have just said, "F you, man. It says it's delivered." And I literally clearly showed them in my evidence that here is the address that the post office delivered it to. They even acknowledged that that was where it was delivered. There is no argument. The package was never delivered to my house. Anyway, and I was sitting here waiting on the package. It was said it was delivered at 3:49. Um, at 3:50, whatever. As soon as the notification on my phone went off, I go look for it. So, worst case scenario, it got delivered and somebody stole it. That means that they would have been following the post office driver pretty close, and within literally a minute or two of them dropping the box, they would have came and stole it off my porch, and then um, I didn't see any of this with my front door open, looking out for the package, and I'm out there within a minute of the time it was delivered. No, it never came to my house. It's all. But then I proved all of that. So finally, after arguing this back and forth for weeks, um, they say now that they're gonna give me a refund, and it's gonna take um, like a week, like 7 to 10 days. Sure, those are business days, so 2 weeks. Um, well, guys, I think I'm gonna end it here because it's time to varnish again. Um, I'm going to try this OSL. I don't know that varnish will save me if the OSL messes up. I don't know that I'll be able to take that back off, but I'm going to varnish it and picture it up good. Post some feedback questions on Reddit. Maybe some people can give me some advice on how to tackle this OSL a little bit differently, or make sure I have the process in place to not have to repaint my entire miniature again. Other than that, yeah, I feel like this guy's getting really close. Um, and I do want to do these highlights again on the abdomen and touch the ones on the legs again, but I'm going to continue to try to advance getting this guy done before I do those. I mean, and it would suck to do those highlights and then mess up the OSL, then have to cut back and do them again. So um, anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the content, please like, subscribe. Would love to hear any feedback. Um, and appreciate it. Thanks for your time, everybody.